Alright, so we're in the game. Welcome to everybody that's tuned in. This promises to be a cracker of a match, and man, am I excited to be casting this one. Oblique Gaming on the Radiant side, sorry, on the Dire side, and LD50 Gaming, that is Team Matsuri on the Radiant. First pick has gone to the Radiant side this time. Queen of Pain being banned out. Nyx Assassin, the counter ban from Oblique Gaming. Mind you guys, Oblique Gaming are the current best team in India, and well, the entire country's placed their hopes on them to win this one. Japan, meanwhile, has been represented by Matsuri at various tournaments, including the CYAC Dota 2 leagues. I believe they were the winners of the first ever CYAC Dota 2 league conducted online. Sorry about that. Just checking on the technical glitches, audio problems. It seems fixed now. KOTL being banned out by LD50 as well. Oblique Gaming probably gonna ban out the Batrider, considering Matsuri do have first pick. However, that leaves in a lot of top tier heroes such as Magnus, Darkseer. Let's see, each team's gonna be playing to their strengths. Let's see what Oblique Gaming has in their pool. It's gonna be the Phantom Lancer ban, so no hard carries for them. Alright, by the way guys, my name is CloudX. I'm casting today for the Rapture Gaming Network as a guest shoutcaster. Thanks for all your support so far. Let's see if we can make this tournament a little more entertaining. Batrider, the first pickup by Matsuri. No surprises there. Magnus, the counter pick by Oblique Gaming. I am expecting a Darkseer, but no. It's going to be the Shadow Demon pick. This could just be mind games. Shadow Demon, as we know, is a good counter to that Life Stealer. Probably gonna make Matsuri think twice before they pick that hero up. Demonic Purge, always effective against magic immune heroes, since that spell does go through. What better way to beat a Life Stealer than kite him around? So Demonic Purge slows him down. Disruption, meanwhile, does protect his allies, thus wasting valuable time off rage. Matsuri picking up Rubik and Lone Druid almost instantly. I've got to point out here, Matsuri are known to be running mid-solo Rubiks as well. From whatever I've seen them play, I saw their Rubik playing mid solo, losing his bottle by giving away the courier death as well. The bottle got denied by his opponent, and yet that Rubik completely manned it up and won his lane at middle. So this is a force to be reckoned with. Meanwhile, Brewmaster picked up by Oblique Gaming. We know their playstyle is to jump in, initiate, take the fight to their opponents under their own towers, and well, Brewmaster fits perfectly into their lineup, I gotta say. Alright, so as we hit the next phase of bans, let's see what LD50 has in store for us. Oblique Gaming look like they're gonna need a hard carry. They're gonna need a second support in their tri-laner in addition to Shadow Demon. So their options right now could be Jakiro.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I guess the Jakiro is the only one that's come to mind right now. Meanwhile, Undying still in the pool. That's a little surprising. Undying made it through the first 3 phases.
Reserve time.
It'll be surprising to see if Undying actually does go through the entire pick and ban phase without being picked up. Lifestealer banned by Matsuri, realizing that Shadow Demon isn't in their arsenal. They do have that magic immune, rather the counter to that magic immunity in the form of Batrider's Lasso, but they're not gonna chance it. Banned out the Lifestealer without hesitating. Darkseer banned out instantly by Oblique Gaming. This is the round of 16, by the way, of the Armaggeddon Dota 2 Grand Slam. For those of you that haven't read up on it, the details are available on the CYAC website. That's cyac.com. Just look it up, you'll find the Armaggeddon posters all over the page. The winners of these other region qualifiers, 2 lucky winners, well, not lucky winners, 2 skilled winners, make it through to the Grand Slam finals in Singapore between the 7th and 10th of March. That's right, they will be representing their countries, they will be representing their teams at an international LAN event. Disruptor banned out by Oblique and Wisp banned out by Matsuri. Well, I've got to say Wisp has not been a very common pickup, in at least not in the Indian Dota scene. Not so prominent in the rest of Southeast Asia as well, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that in the Southeast Asia League there weren't too many Wisp pickups or Wisp bans even. However, Matsuri not gonna chance it. They've probably done their homework on Oblique Gaming. For those of you that don't know, Melody is a new addition to their lineup. I
10
believe it was
seconds
Evil Ash
remaining.
that did occupy that spot prior to this. However, Melody is now an
5
official part of
seconds
their team, it
remaining.
seems, and well, I gotta say that Melody is one of the best Wisp players in the country. So
Reserve
Matsuri have
time.
done well to ban that hero out. Also, there's a lot of buzz going around that this is going to be the decider game of the tournament.
Dire
I gotta
team
say,
back.
guys, it's too soon to tell. There's a lot of powerhouse teams in this qualifier. ATE is another one of them. Raping Z's have turned out to be quite an amazing team as well, so it's too soon to count out anybody just yet. This is, after all, the round of 16. We move on to the round of 8 after this, and so on and so forth until we have two final winners.
Radiant team pick.
Sand King banned out by Oblique Gaming. I'm pretty sure this is a ban based on homework they've done off on Matsuri, because Sand King isn't too mainstream a hero. Jakiro banned out by Matsuri there, no surprises, just limiting the options in that tri lane. I wouldn't be surprised if Oblique Gaming opted for something such as a Crystal Maiden to support their hard carry in the lane.
10 seconds remaining. Luna. Dire team pick.
Matsuri now have picked up the Luna, so Luna, Lone Druid, there's going to be a lot of pushing power coming in the mid to early game, and Luna, of course, a very potent hard carry. I'm pretty sure Oblique Gaming had Luna in mind as
10
well,
seconds
and
remaining.
it seems they are going to be
Lena.
picking up the Lina. I was about to say going into
Radiant's
their
team
reserve time,
pick.
but they avoided it completely. They still have a full 1 minute 30 seconds of reserve time remaining as they pick up this Lina. All of Oblique Gaming's picks have come almost instantly without hesitation. It's like they've got a game plan and they're going to stick to it. Last pickup for Matsuri. Now, what are they lacking? It seems they are lacking a second support in that tri lane. Looks like Batrider is probably going to be running the mid solo Lone Druid. I'm expecting him to go in
10
the off lane.
seconds remaining.
And well, Undying is still in the pool, man.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm going to be absolutely shocked if Undying isn't picked up. He's going to fit in so well with Matsuri's lineup here if they do manage to get their hands on him.
Reserve time.
And there's nothing stopping them as well. There's practically nothing to clear the zombies on Oblique Gaming's lineup right now, apart from the cleave from Magnus, but that's not going to come into play until a little later into the game. Tombstone, Bear, Luna's Aura, so much there to add to that push potential. This should actually be a no-brainer, but then again, I'm the caster, they're the pro players, let them take the decision. 20 seconds left in reserve time, let's see what they're going to pick up.
Tide Hunter.
It's going to be the Tide Hunter, so
Dire
to my
team pick.
disappointment, we're not going to see an Undying picked up here, not an Undying played rather, and then again, on the flip side, we're going to have a lot of team fight potential coming in with that Ravage. So I'm looking forward to seeing some good mid-game 5v5 or 4 versus 5 clashes. Last pickup for Oblique Gaming, I'm expecting them to pick up a hard carry for
10 seconds
Gopi, that is
remaining.
Anant, to be playing.
5 seconds remaining.
Anti-Mage is in the pool, Faceless Void in the pool, Sven in the
Reserve
pool.
time.
So they're pretty much spoiled for choice when it comes to picking a hard carry right now.
Templar Assassin.
Yup, that's gonna throw a wrench into my plans. It's gonna be the TA pickup. TA is gonna run the mid solo with Crowley holding him. Gopi is gonna be the hard carry as the Brewmaster, so they're not looking to well, get one particular hero farmed up. They're looking to take a lot of team fights and get both their carries farmed up, rather their semi carry and their hard carry. It seems like Matsuri do have the upper hand if this game goes late. However, I'm not sure if they have enough to hold against this steamroll push that might be coming out from Oblique Gaming somewhere around the mid game. Also, not to mention, Oblique Gaming's lineup is completely gank intensive. Once the Blink Dagger comes up on the
10
Brewmaster, there's going to be no
seconds
stopping him
remaining.
setting up a nice reverse polarity from the Magnus.
5 seconds remaining.
TA, however, is going to have a hard time at the middle lane versus the Batrider if that's the way they're going to lane now. Alright, a quick introduction of both sides. Radiant side being played by Team Matsuri. Dottleoff, I'm not sure if that's pronounced right. Dottleoff playing the Batrider, Mendo playing Tidehunter, Hiromu playing Luna, Home playing the Lone Druid, and Sokana playing the Rubik. For those of you that haven't done your research on Matsuri, the name Matsuri means festival. Alright, back on the Dire side, we have Prophecy playing the Magnus, more than likely going to be the off-lane hero. Crowley playing the TA, he does usually play the mid role. I'm not sure if they're going to switch this up with Batter, they're going to be standing at the mid. Gopi playing the Brewmaster, he is the regular hard carry player slash farmer, so expect a shit ton of creeps being killed by him. Lackey going to be picked up, Lackey going to be playing the Lina, and Meredy, their new addition, going to be playing the Shadow Demon. I'm glad you guys have tuned in because this isn't a game you want to miss. Possibly one of the best games of this entire qualifier as we move forward. Sadly, one of these two powerhouses is going to be knocked out today. Oops, sorry about the overlay guys, I forgot to change it. It's done now, thanks for the inputs in chat. Alright, we're done with the pauses. It seems that Oblique Gaming are good to go. Waiting on Matsuri's response now. Matsuri need a little more time to regroup. Fair enough. A quick look at what their lanes are gonna be like. Matsuri looks like they're gonna be running the tri lane with Luna, Tidehunter, and the Rubik. Expecting them to run the safe lane. Gonna expect the Lone Druid to run the off lane solo and the Batter to go mid solo. I'm really curious to see how this TA is gonna fare at the mid against the Batrider. Sticky Napalm in conjunction with Firefly is so hard to deal with. Refraction charges get burnt down so easily. However, I have seen a couple of TAs opting to skill the side blades early on just to give that added bit of mobility in the lane and that extra reach to get those last hits in. A quick look at what the Dire side are up to. They are opting to move as 3. Nope, they're not going to make any big plays just yet, or are they? It looks like Magnus is rotating in towards the bottom lane as well. Going to be going into the enemy jungle, trying to place down some wards as well. There is a smoke up on the Lina, a level 1 smoke, so expect a quick rotation out from Shadow Demon and Lina. Curious pointer here is that the tri lane looks like it's going to be running the offensive lane, while Magnus looks like he's probably going to rotate up to the top. Or is it going to be all 3 heroes rotating up to the top? Too soon to tell. Meanwhile, Matsuri, all 5 heroes grouping up at their tier 1 top tower, trying to make something happen in their enemy jungle. Both teams going to walk straight past each other on different sides of the map, not going to make any plays.
30 seconds to battle.
Luna opting to get 2 rings of protection, so she is going to be building towards those tranquil boots as well as the ring of Aquila early on. And wow, looks like this Matsuri train is not going to stop with the bear leading the front lines. They're going to scout out the entire forest, come all the way around, place a ward up the enemy cliff overlooking the rune spot, and then just rotate back into the lanes. And it seems the prediction was right. It looks like Prophecy, that is Magnus, is going to be rotating up to
The
his safe
battle
lane.
begins.
Some drawings coming out from Matsuri. Expect Lone Druid to scout out who's in their forest. Alright, so this cheeky little ward has been placed down by Oblique Gaming. Let's see if it is within the range to block off this camp. I'm pretty sure it is. These teams would have done their homework before entering a game of this magnitude. Meanwhile, it looks like the illusion rune has been picked up by the Shadow Demon. Gonna use it to scout around in the jungle a little longer.
Hands up!
Bottom lane looks like Lone Druid's gonna have a bit of a delay entering his lane, so he's gonna miss out on Well, that possible bit of experience that he could have gotten from the first wave. Top lane, it looks like there is going to be the tri-laner versus the Magnus. Magnus has opted to put his first point into Skewer, giving him that added bit of survivability as expected. Nothing out of the box just yet. Seeing this lane, I'm pretty sure Oblique Gaming are going to be quite pleased. It seems that Brewmaster might have a good time on this lane when the Lina and Shadow Demon opt to pop that smoke and rotate towards the middle lane. Lanaya looks like she's going to need as much support as she can get against this Batrider, who is giving her quite a hard time. However, a smart item choice here, the magic stick being purchased first, giving her that added bit of regen in the lane. That bear is way out of position, is taking quite a beating as well while dishing out his own bit of harass, but an early bear kill is absolutely crucial. If the Dire side do manage to pick up a kill on that bear within the first 3 minutes of the game, that's going to be a lot of golden experience going their favor. Things coming out at top, the Rubik has planted a ward down to block off the neutral camp, preventing those creep camp pulls, and Rubik however has rotated in towards middle lane. There is no observer ward overlooking this. There is a haste to run the Tidehunter as well, and the TA without that point in melt could well be a sitting duck over here. However, it seems that Tidehunter has opted not to go for the TA, has rotated back into enemy jungle, is rotating towards the top lane once again as Rubik moves back as well. So close shave there for the Templar Assassin without her even knowing it. Done charges on the magic stick, however. No opportunity to use it just yet. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It seems that the Tidehunter has rotated up to the top with the haste rune, and first blood has gone the way of Matsuri. I'm such a noob. Anyway, back at the bottom lane, it seems that bear has been resummoned. Not sure if they did pick up the kill on that bear. Level 2 up on the Brewmaster as well as the Lina. So they're doing a good job of keeping this lone druid at bay, who has however picked up a decent chunk of experience. He is up to level 4, while the Dire side, that is Oblique Gaming's offlaner, is at level 3. So Matsuri have established themselves as the leading team just yet. 21 last hits for 6 on the Batrider, winning his lane against the TA rather convincingly, who is at 12 to 0.
Denied.
Curious point out here is the offensive warding by the Dire side at this bottom lane. There's a ward blocking the creep spawn. There is also a ward behind the tower. So that lone druid really needs to be careful. Okay, the smoke has been popped by the Lina as well as the Shadow Demon. They're going to rotate around, and well, they are kind of split up. The bear is going to walk into them, but the smoke won't get dispelled. There is a regeneration rune being pinged out by the Shadow Demon as well. TA does have that bottle as well as 10 charges on the magic stick now. So they're going to make a go towards the middle lane. Pings coming out. Looks like Batrider is going to walk straight into the Lina and the Shadow Demon. The disruption is going to come off anytime soon. The disruption is off. Is there a soul catcher? Yes, soul catcher connects as well into the Lina light strike array, and Batrider pops the firefly and tries to make a run for it. A couple of auto attacks should do the job, and Batrider does go down. So this smoke gang absolutely successful. The score 1 for 1, both sides opening up the ticker. And with that kill, they've opened up a lot of space for the TA to farm up at the middle lane. She does have her boots as well right now, so gonna give her that extra bit of mobility. At the top lane, looks like Tidehunter is circling around to try and make something happen on this Magnus, who is taking as far behind as he can to his tower. The creep wave, however, scouting out this Tidehunter, who is gonna be forced to back off. Bottom lane looks like Brewmaster simultaneously has picked up a kill on the lone druid, so this tri lane doing his job. Looks like Lina did take quite a beating as well there.
Dire's top tower is
So
under
2-1
attack.
in favor of Oblique Gaming. Now they have taken the lead. A quick look at the last hits and denies now. It seems that Batrider and the Brewmaster are now neck and neck at 30 for 7. Luna then following up with 21 for 14, but TA close behind 19 for 3. So once again, fairly even in terms of farm. Let's have a quick look at the gold graph to see if that's reflecting any more of a difference. 250 in favor of the Dire. The spike has gone up and then back down. It's a very, very even game right now. Experience as well. An upward spike or bottom spike. 250 in favor of the Dire as well. So this game is absolutely neck and neck right now. The Basilisk as well as the Tranquil Boots are up for the Luna, so she's gonna have no problem staying in the lane for the longest of times, unless of course she is killed off. Pink's coming out of the bottom lane. Lone Druid looks like he's going to be pincer trapped here, and I really don't see how he's going to survive this one. The disruption does come off. The Soul Catcher is going to connect, but no, it connects on the bear. The stun doesn't come off from the Lina, who has been entangled and almost goes down, but once again, Thunderclap in addition doing enough damage to ensure that Shadow Demon picks up the kill. So 3 for 1 in favor of Oblique Gaming, and Matsuri now going to be on the back foot. Back at the top lane, it looks like Prophecy is out of mana and he's going to make a run back towards his tier 2 tower, staying on the sidelines, not going to try and stay alive for the longest time. He's going to scout out these illusions. He's going to scout out the Rubik walking in towards him. No boots up on the Rubik, so the telekinesis not in position. A ward gets placed behind the tower, and well, they're going to make a go for this tier 1 tower. Luna pounding away at the tower. Middle lane, it looks like there is a setup there. R2 traps, there is a Shadow Demon and Lina rotating in it as well. The trap gets popped, the Soul Catcher doesn't connect, and the Light Strike array just barely clips him. He pops off the stick. Is he going to make it out? A couple of auto attacks, and no, the frag goes in favor of Lina, who picks up another kill. 4 for 1 in favor of Oblique Gaming, and some beautiful rotation coming out by this team.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top lane looks like a TP comes in. The Brewmaster has TP in telekinesis. He is level 6. He does have that ultimate should he choose to cast it. Magnus, is he going to skewer the Rubik back? And Rubik looks like he's going to be in absolute trouble here. I don't see any way for him to get away from this one. The Arcane Boots get popped as well, and the skewer, the Shockwave is going to pick up the kill. Magnus picks up the kill without even using the Shockwave. So 5 for 1 now in favor of Oblique Gaming, and quick rotations once again making all the difference. The tower, however, did go in favor of Luna, who does now have those drums up as well. So she's done a decent job of keeping pace with her farm, but is it going to be enough? The dual arcane boots are up for the Dire side now. Gonna give them that little bit of an advantage, applying pressure in the lane. Oh, the Brewmaster is the bait over here, and Matsuri look like they have fallen for it. The disruption, however, does deter the Thunderclap, but there we go. The Magnus and the Lina coming in to follow up. The bait was successful, and Tidehunter goes down. Double damage picked up by the TA, who is rotating towards the bottom lane. Is she gonna get a solo kill on this Lone Druid? It looks like she just might. The meld hit does come off, and man, that's a huge chunk of damage. The trap gets popped, and I don't see how he's going to get away from this one unless he does go into melee form, but not going to be enough. Tidehunter's rotated in towards the bottom lane as well, and that's a solo kill going the way of TA.
I admired you.
Inching ever closer to that Blink Dagger. She's up to 1700 gold now with those phase boots. Okay, she opts to get the phase boots now, so 800 gold on her in addition to phase boots. Again, Lina and Shadow Demon just standing on the sidelines. Sentry wards are up on the Lina. They haven't been placed just yet. And Luna really can't come ahead to farm. She does, she's dead. Brewmaster TPs in towards the bottom lane. Templar Assassin, however, might be dead over here. Does manage to get a little bit of damage off on the Bat Rider, but Bat Rider with the Firefly, the Flame Break, 4 stacks of sticky napalm on the TA, might just manage to get the kill. The Refraction gets popped as well, and she's staying alive for the longest of times. 4 heroes here from Matsuri, and well, TA just left to her own devices, does take a fall. Back at top lane, Luna is taking quite a beating. Pink's coming out. They have spotted out the Lina rotating in from the river. So Luna's just going to back off there and stick to her tower. Not going to get as much farm as she would have liked in the mid game, but she has kept pace. She's at 46 to 18, neck and neck with the Brewmaster. Brewmaster might be in a bit of trouble here. He does have the ultimate should he choose to use it. Has been thrown back with the telekinesis, but no, he's just going to walk straight out in their faces. So Matsuri now retaliating with a little bit of rotation by their own team members, making things happen, however not securing those kills just yet. Back at top lane, looks like the reverse polarity was used to pick up a kill onto the Luna, so Luna goes down, an important frag going their way. Bat Rider coming into the party just a little too late. Rotations at bottom lane, no Blink Dagger up on the Lone Druid just yet. sorry, on the Brewmaster just yet. Lone Druid might be in a little bit of trouble here, but he does have support in the form of the Rubik and the Tyrant lingering around. And well, it's just the Shadow Demon in conjunction with the Brewmaster over here. Are they going to manage to get a kill here? Lina comes in as well. The smoke gets popped, and they're just going to hang around him. No, it seems Lina and Shadow Demon are going to rotate around, avoiding getting caught out by this ward over here. Placing down a ward of their own, and looks like they're going to walk straight into the Rubik, who does get disrupted. Soul Catcher as well. The stun lands straight on his head, and he's going to go down in seconds. Once again, a successful smoke gang from this power nuke combination. The sentry ward as well, making sure that Matsuri are now playing in the dark. Shadow Demon and Lina are going to walk straight into the Bad Titan or Disruption. There is no mana. Yes, there is the Soul Catcher, the stun as well. The License Check at him. Now there's a Laguna Blade to clean up the job. So once again, this two-man combination proving absolutely effective. 2 for 10 in favor of Oblique Gaming, but it looks like the supports are the ones picking up the majority of the kills. However, that isn't a bad thing, because when your supports get farmed, you're getting a lot more goal to establish map control, thus opening up space for your carries. Luna, however, still sitting at the top lane, farming rather undisturbed. She's got the completed magic. No, she's just got the magic stick. No wand on her just yet. Back at bottom lane, Lone Druid does have those tranquil boots on the bear, in addition to the Orb of Venom as well. So he's got some of his start items. Pinks coming out by the Lina. There's no wards on the enemy side of the jungle, and Lone Druid is just gonna walk straight into their faces. Back at the middle lane, looks like TA is applying pressure consistently to this tier 1 tower. Quick look at the gold graph to see where we're headed. 2000 in favor of the Diana. However, keep in mind that most of these kills and most of this gold has gone in the way of the supports. The Dire side is leading in terms of experience, however that cannot be justified. 4000 in their favor. They've definitely got the advantage in that case. Bottom lane, looks like there is a kill. Brewmaster and the Lina do go onto the Lone Druid and manage to pick up a quick kill. So once again, a carry getting taken down. 2 for 11 in favor of Oblique Gaming now. No decisive team fights just yet, but two-man gangs proving to be the order of the day. The middle tier 1 tower being pressured. Looks like Shadow Demon comes in, pops up with a shot, but Matsuri's entire team is steeping in on their faces, and looks like Shadow Demon is gonna go down. There's no saving him, or is there? No, he goes down. Bad Rider picks up the kill. The tower looks like it might just be in denied range, but no. Luna chasing past, walking up the slope. Bad Rider as well. TA just setting off some traps to slow down this incoming push. Oblique Gaming maybe not be in the best position to rotate in to defend this tower. Ravage is up on the Tyrant, Eclipse is up on the Luna.
Dire's structures are fortified.
However, the Blink Dagger is up on the Brewmaster. Oblique Gaming look like they want to make a go for this. They do want to chase past it. This might be a little too ambitious. The Brewmaster has blinked in. The Eclipse comes off and TA gets immediately shut down hard. But Luna, is she gonna go down? She's getting chased by the Fire Pandas as well. But no, it looks like Oblique Gaming are on the back foot here. Luna does finally go down as Lina has taken a fall as well. A quick buyback from the TA sees her rotating back towards the middle lane. She doesn't have that Blink Dagger just yet. And the Brewmaster is out of split once again. Tidehunter taking a beating, the reverse polarity catching on the Bad Rider, and well, Tidehunter does have his battle as well, and Rubik, oh, not the best position he wants to be in, and TA comes in. That buyback proving to be rather fruitful as she picks up a double kill. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Lone Druid capitalizing on the confusion and taking down the tier 1 tower.
Has fallen.
So both sides losing a tier 1 tower and a decisive battle, just barely going the way of Oblique Gaming. However, the gold draft's going to prove that yes, there is a downward spike going after a small upward spike once again. So Dire side, that is Oblique Gaming, still sitting comfortably with a 2000 gold lead. Experience 5000 in their favor as well. Quick peek at Magnus. He's 1700. He's at 1700 gold, getting closer and closer to that Blink Dagger. EA, however, with that buyback and double kill and a little bit of farm in the jungle, has picked up her own Blink Dagger right now. So the high impact hero just got a lot more aggressive. Master with the blink as well. So that's going to be 3 quick Blink Daggers, and well, there's really no way to beat that kind of initiation. Matsuri are gonna have to position themselves perfectly to get that Ravage off when those 3 heroes do blink in, hit them with an Eclipse in their faces, and Batrider is gonna shut down the carry, shut down the Templar Assassin as soon as she jumps in as well. Gotta say though, that's really hard to do considering there is a Magnus with reverse polarity.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Zone Druid up to 1000 gold. Nowhere near that relic or nowhere near the maelstorms, whatever his options
Radiant's
are. For this game, he's
tower
opted
is
to
under
put up
attack.
gloves of heals on the bear as well. Batrider does have his own Blink Dagger now, so initiation not a problem for either side. Luna TPs in towards the top lane with blue. That is the Tyrant going to be keeping it off with some support. Heroes from Matsuri at the bottom lane. Batrider looks like he might be in some trouble as he walks straight into Lina. Blinks away almost immediately. Top lane looks like Luna might be in some trouble here as the TA blinks in, pops the trap. Luna does have the Eclipse, pops the drums, makes a run for a refraction, has been casted, the Lucent Beam to slow her in her tracks, but it's going to be a stalemate. 4 heroes from Oblique Gaming rotating towards the bottom lane now. They do have all their Blink Daggers up. Magnus has his Blink Dagger, Brewmaster has the Blink Dagger, and TA has the Blink Dagger as well. So they're going to try and take this tier 1 tower right now. Meanwhile, Titan does rotated up towards the top lane to offer some support to Luna. Luna does have the Ogre Club, so getting closer and closer to that BKB, and well, without the Tidehunter in a position to defend this, no, I apologize, Tidehunter does have the TP off cooldown, so he could jump right into the battle. Shadow Demon meanwhile opting to max out the Shadow Poison, 1 point in Disruption, 2 points in Soul Catch. And this tier 1 tower looks like it's taking quite a beating. Brewmaster standing on the front lines, knowing that he's really not in too much of a dangerous position. Oh, he does get lassoed. The Tidehunter has jumped in as well. Is he going to pop the Ravage? He pops it a little too late. The split comes off, and this might be disastrous for Matsuri, but no, the Luna runs right in. The reverse polarity catching out only the Luna, who does get pulled back in as well. She does get taken down after a lot of spells being wasted on her and chained on her, I gotta say. But Matsuri looks like heroes are going down slowly but surely. Looks like the Lina is going to be the next casualty of this one. Tidehunter's gone down as well. Batrider's in a bit of trouble, but Batrider does go down as well. Now Lone Druid's bear does get taken out, but will the hero get killed as well? The blink and the clap is going to be up for the Brewmaster soon, should they choose to make a go on him, and looks like they are going to go. Lone Druid goes down as well. 4 heroes down from Matsuri, and now is it going to be enough to take down this Rubik? Will that be a team wipe? No, the Rubik escapes, so team wipe just barely being avoided as 4 heroes go down, as well as the tier 1 tower at the cost of just a Lina, a support kill for Oblique Gaming.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Quick look at the gold graph to see the kind of damage that was done. 5,000 with a steep downward spike, going the way of Oblique Gaming. Experience 7,500 in their way. The total score 6 to 18. Oblique Gaming are going to be quite pleased with themselves after that engagement. Once again, TA is up to another 2,300 gold, getting closer to her next big item, whatever that should be, whether the BKB or perhaps a Desolator or even the straight Crystal. A quick peek at Magnus, 1,400 gold on him. I'm expecting him to get the Refresher Orb. Master now sitting at 1,400 gold along with the Ogre Club, so he's going to be aiming for the Aghanim Scepter. However, Oblique Gaming do need to keep in mind that they can't afford to waste too much time here. Matsuri do seem to have the stronger late game lineup in the form of that Luna and that Lone Druid. Luna looks like she's inching closer and closer to that BKB, and I gotta say, that battle at the bottom lane was a lot closer than it looked at to the naked eye. Oblique Gaming's heroes did go down really low, and I'm gonna say that if the Luna was alive a little bit longer, the tide of the battle could have turned the other way. Almost instantly, it seems that the Lina as well as the Templar Assassin have rotated towards the top tier 1 tower, and fortification
Radiant
does get popped, but
structures
are there
are
any TPs to
fortified.
slow this down even further? Refraction eating up most of the damage from the tower, and that's going to be a free tier 1 tower going the way of Templar Assassin.
Radiant's top tower has
3,600
fallen.
gold up on her now. She's spoiled for choice as to what item she could get, possibly even pick up a straight Demon Edge or completed Crystallis. And to boot, a double damage rune in a bottle gets used. So they're going to be looking to make something happen here. Reverse polarity is off cooldown. The Brewmaster split, another 10 to 15 seconds to go. Quick peek at Luna. Let's see where she's gotten in terms of farm. 2,300 gold on her, getting closer to that BKB, no doubt. The lone druid, however, does pick up a hand of Midas on the bear. A little too late for the hand of Midas, I'm going to say, but let's see if this does prove fruitful for him. Oblique Gaming, realizing that they can't force a push just yet, are going to be content with just dewarding their opposition. Make them play in the dark. Have a look at the wards placed by Oblique Gaming. There's a ward up here behind the tier 2 tower. There's a ward up here in front of the tier 2 tower. There's a ward up here in front of the tier 2 tower. One ward watching the ancient camp, and well, that ward proves fruitful as TA comes and snipes off a solo kill. I hear the bat at a flame break. The lasso has caught the Shadow Demon, but is that going to be enough? The Brewmaster blinks in. A nice thunderclap catches out 3 heroes. The lone druid almost negating the Laguna Blade, but he does manage to take off a kill on the Rubik. Rubik goes down. The Ravage comes off. Crowley is unstoppable. Templar Assassin picking up kills on the sidelines. Now Luna might be in a bit of trouble here. The Desolator hits coming out hard and coming out fast. The TA trap gets popped. Luna's going to be slowed down further in place. The Thunderclap available from the Brewmaster, and Luna's going to go down. So once again, Oblique Gaming cleaning up the mess just barely. Or are they? Looks like the TA might be in a bit of trouble here. She's chasing fast. She's going straight for the Tidehunter. Tidehunter gets slowed. Brewmaster with the Thunderclap is available. Blinks in. Thunderclap. Desolator hits. He goes down and a triple kill off the enemy's tier 3 tower slope. Presence of mind and gameplay is the name of the game here, and Oblique Gaming showing no lack of it. So much aggression in their playstyle, so much flawless communication as they jump past towers, and Rubik, the only survivor of that exchange of what seemed to be a fairly even battle just a couple of seconds ago. Quick peek at the goal graph once again. 7,500 in favor of the Dire. Experience has now gone way above 10,000 in their favor. And well, Roshan's going to be the order of the day next, and it looks like they're going to get him quite comfortably with this armor reduction as well as empower and pounding away. Roshan's going to go down uncontested. That's probably going to be an Aegis of the Immortal going on to the Templar Assassin, or is it going to be the Brewmaster? No, it's going to be the TA that picks up the Aegis.
Fallen to the Dire.
So things not looking good for Matsuri now, and that tier 2 tower doesn't look like it's going to stand for too long. Reverse polarity comes off cooldown in approximately 30 seconds more. It does pick up a cloak, trying to get that extra bit of survivability now, realizing that he's not going to be able to get some DPS as soon as he would have liked. Luna, meanwhile, has she got the BKB? Yes, she does. She has a completed BKB with a full 10-second timer. However, Magnus reverse polarity could be used to shave some seconds off of it. Smoke used by Matsuri. 3 heroes standing behind the Luna, offering support, using her as the bait. TA pops the invisibility rune, and oh man, this might not be pretty. Oh, the smoke gets dispelled, and TA finds the Rubik, 2 hits, and he is down. Godlike Templar Assassin. And well, this could be the invitation they needed to walk up right into the tier 2 tower and possibly even take a tier 3.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The mid tier 2 tower looks like it's gonna go down. They're using the TA as bait. All the heroes smoked up behind her. This is another obvious bait, I'm gonna say,
Radiant's
but
middle tower
nonetheless,
is under attack.
it's keeping Matsuri on the back foot. They're gonna stand up their slopes,
Radiant's
not gonna
middle
take any fights below the base. Lone Druid, meanwhile, content at pushing out at the bottom lane. He's gonna TP out almost immediately. And
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Matsuri circling out the area in which Oblique Gaming could be hanging around, and rightly so, I gotta
Dire's
say.
bottom tower
There is an
under
observer ward,
attack.
just one lone observer ward on the map, scouting everything out over here. A second observer ward has been placed up here as well, so both the entry points being sighted out by Matsuri. Top lane, TA makes a solo go onto the lone druid. The bear, however, trying to keep him in place. The TA trap goes off. Is she gonna be fast enough to catch up? Doesn't look like it, and the bear gonna finally get a loop. And well, she's gonna be like, hey, you know what, screw that, I'm just gonna go for the bear. No, she's gonna pop the trap, gonna go for the lone druid, still going for the lone druid, realizing that lone druid's getting some support. He's trying to bait her to chase, and well, this might just be the bait that they needed. TA is in a bit of trouble here. She does have the Aegis, however. She is pounding away, pops the melt, the hit, and Tidehunter goes down, so she picks up a kill beyond godlike TA in the face of two more heroes. The Aegis gets used, and she's gonna chase past, and is she actually gonna get this kill? There was a trap lying there, the refraction, but the root holding her in place just at the right time. Another trap gets popped by the TA, and realizing that she's being a little too ambitious here, does manage to turn around, pops the melt, but the trap is there in place, and all the dust gets used. She's gonna be pretty upset with herself, slapping herself in the face as she goes down from the batrider, coming in and using the lasso. However, at the same time, Luna did go down as Magnus picked up a kill. So a very haphazard battle there, but 2 for 1. Once again, Oblique Gaming coming out marginally on top of that one, but they did lose the Aegis of the Immortal there. Mechanism is up for the Magnus now, so he's opted not to get the refresher, but build straight into the Mechanism and offer that added bit of pushing power and support for his team. Looks like the Lina is building towards a Yule Scepter of Divinity, possibly for the Lone Druid to keep his bear up in the air, just that added bit of, just for that little longer, so that TA could probably cut him down with that Desolator and melt it. 3,500 gold up on this TA once again. I have no clue where she's getting this kind of money from. The Aghanim Scepter is up on the Brewmaster, however, he hits peak effectiveness once he hits level 16. Tidehunter, meanwhile, not progressing in terms of items too much, has just got that one bracer, nothing beyond that. Can't say the same for Luna, however, who does have that BKB and a Blade of Alacrity now, building towards the Mantis Style, it would seem. Invisibility gets popped by the Magnus. He does have the reverse polarity should he choose to use it for the lone druid kill here. Ping's coming out, but he is alone over here, so I don't think he can afford to be as ambitious as the Templar Assassin. TA now calling out, well, a BKB, a completed BKB is up for the
bottom
TA.
tower is under attack.
And this tier 2 tower at the bottom lane looks like it's going to go down completely uncontested. Matsuri not in the best position to defend it right now. 3 TPs up on the Batriders, leaving nothing to chance. Buying them out while he had the gold. The tower goes down, Lina picks up the frag, and looks like a completed Yule Scepter is going to be heading away soon. Now it looks like Magnus is going to build towards the refresher of PA walking up the slope, manning it up, all in, balls out, pounding away on the tier 3. The creep wave disintegrates to the thunderclap and the Lina Dragon Slave.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Luna applying pressure to the top lane systematically has forced out a TP from Oblique Gaming. So this push going to be stopped in its tracks by the split push coming in from Matsuri. Mid tier 1 tower still hasn't gone down at barely any HP, 150 HP to boot, and TA is going to ensure that it stays there just a little bit longer. Lone Druid is now up to 3,000 gold, so he's managed to pull himself back up. There's probably going to be a bit of DPS coming out from him once he does get that relic. And I'm not sure if Oblique Gaming are doing the right thing here. They shouldn't be stalling like this. They should have traded tier 2 tower for a tier 3 tower at bottom.
Regeneration.
EA now picks up the regen rune. She does have that completed BKB as well. She has sold a bottle for that though. Or
Radiant's
at least
top
drop it
tower
somewhere.
is under attack.
Alright, so TA gonna pound away at the tier 2 tower at top, and with that, all of Matsuri's outer
Radiant's
towers
top
are
tower
down.
has
There's nothing
fallen.
stopping Oblique Gaming from running up the slope and taking a tier 3 now. Batrider building towards the first tower, recipe away. Let's have a quick look at who's got buyback and who hasn't. Buybacks available on the lone druid, the brewmaster, as well as the Lina. So a decisive battle could be the end of this game. Quick look at net worth. EA leading the charts at 13,000, followed closely behind by Brewmaster, who's at 11,000. Luna and Lone Druid far behind. Oblique Gaming still choosing not to make that 5v5 push up the slope. Possibly gonna wait it out till Roshan is back. They do have full vision of this side of the map. They do have a smoke of deceit as well. Should they choose to pick out stragglers? Luna's picked up a completed Yasha now, so the DPS is going to be considerably high, coming out from a 10 seconds of BKB duration still available. So 10 seconds of ground and pound, unless of course the reverse polarity catches her out. EA just making sure the split push pressure does stay consistently applied. Has started pressuring the bottom lane. Is there a Batrider around to make a jump over here? Doesn't seem like it, and TA might have been a bit of trouble here had they decided to initiate. They're gonna split push all lanes, then converge. That seems like the game plan for now. Brewmaster pressing in the bottom lane, the top lane, 3 heroes pushing in the mid lane, and TA consistently and systematically applying pressure at the middle. And now they converge. No lanes pressed out. No reason to TP back. Is this going to be the final fight? The assault on the middle tier 1 tower, tier 3 tower has begun as Lina takes a few cracks at it. TA, however, looking for a nice opportunity to jump in. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to initiate too well. Matsuri standing way behind their lines and backed into a corner, I gotta say. Batrider now not available should this initiation be made. Tidehunter standing right on the front lines, knowing that the buffs will be dispelled, and he will get the Ravage as Brewmaster blinks in, gets a nice thunderclap on 3. TA blinks in, and Tidehunter goes down before the Ravage even gets popped. Luna pops the BKB and the Eclipse, but that's not going to be effective enough as TA standing there in the BKB and Brewmaster with the split. The bear is in the air. Buyback from the Luna. Tidehunter doesn't have a buyback. Ravage not available in this fight. Batrider now running for his life. Lina did go down in that fight and did buyback as well. The bear gonna go down from the lone druid. Resummon is available. Is he gonna do it? Now TA getting lifted into the air, getting pulled back. Reverse polarity from Magnus, but is it going to be enough? Yes, he just manages to cast it. Monster kill for him, skewers them back in. Double kill for the TA as well. And that's that. Another team wipe going in favor of Oblique Gaming, and no buybacks available on the Radiant side. That's going to be a tier 1, the tier 3 tower as well as racks. Possibly even another set of racks. Tidehunter is back, however, but looks like Oblique Gaming are way too tanky now. They're all almost up to full HP once again, and that solo Ravage isn't going to really make that much of a difference.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Matsuri going to be hitting themselves with that one. That was some nice initiation there by the Brewmaster, jumping in, catching out 3 heroes in the thunderclap, and the GG gets called. Matsuri, after putting up a valiant fight, have gone down 10 for 32 against Team Oblique Gaming from India. Well played by both teams. I gotta say, I've really enjoyed casting this game. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. Tune in next time. I will be bringing you some more casts from this Armaggeddon Dota 2 tournament. Nice reverse polarity there. Thought we didn't see that, eh? Alright guys, I'm going to be signing out. This is CloudX, casting today for the Rapture Gaming Network. Thank you for tuning in.